to talk about? Swing or not? Like, gonna come up to me, bro, why you being racist to other people in other countries? For money. For clout.
I've said it many times. I don't give a f. I have no morals. I'm a f***ing sociopath. I don't give a f. Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a f.
Our Korean is weak as f.
Swing on that nigga right now. I was waiting for him to swing on Johnny. I was waiting, bro. I was waiting for him to
We're ready,
do it.
Reddit, Twitter, come.
I wanted to stop on this.
Hank is here tonight. We're not scared.
Go to Johnny's stream. We're gonna have
Hi, my name is Akeem, and I am the founder, chairman, CEO, president, vice president, and the dean of Ran-DomU University. We offer a vast variety of courses, everything from psychology of the fake alpha male to cringe studies to pause 101. Now, if you're interested in joining this university, please call or text the number on the screen at 1555 Ran-DomU. Are you ready? Let's play a game. We'll call it hypothetical chairs. Just playing the reincarnation game just for the heck of it, just for this scenario today. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel because we definitely need the numbers. Trying to hit that 3K. Hopefully we'll hit it by the time this video is out. But nonetheless, in this scenario, you were a trust fund baby. You had the money, the power, the women, you had everything that you ever wanted. You were entitled to whatever you wanted simply because you existed on this earth. Makes no sense to anybody else. Your personality was crap and you grew up to be an absolutely horrible human being. You were a serial diddler. You touched and molested animals and children. You were a white van driver. And not only did you do those horrible things to those children and animals, you buried them underneath your floorboard. You were the worst kind of person. And even on your dying deathbed, you finally decided that you saw the light. As the light was coming near you and you could see the Grim Reaper and they were going to go ahead and chop you up and do all sorts of terrible things and you were heading to the worst places that you can possibly find, you said, oh my God, I believe in Jesus. You found them. In those final seconds you found them, and then upstairs they had themselves quite the situation. They had a conundrum. They had something they had to discuss because now all of a sudden we got to forgive this man because he did it by the playbook. He asked for forgiveness and he said that he believed in you, Jesus. So what do we do now? What do we do now? If we're going to pass this spirit on to something else, who do we turn him into? Huh? What do we carve this individual up as? And just like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers, the movie, let's go ahead and spit some snot out there and create the next human that is going to be him. And I believe that next human turned out to be Johnny Somali. Or Johnny Salami. That's a much better name for this dingleberry. This man is so lost in his narcissistic main character complex that he truly believes that he can walk into any and every country and just try people and believe he won't get tested.
Sorry, I'm black. I'm not gonna drink nothing. I don't drink. Here, no drink. No. Look here. Go. I eat the ramen. I do I go. Okay, I said I'm eating the ramen.
Right to say you should never have kids. Your father was right. Your father was right.
Oh. Call the police, stupid ass. Stupid ass. I didn't. Stupid ass, bold ass. I did not drink it, you stupid. You Chinese ass. You.
This is one of those moments where all I can think is, why are people in other countries sometimes so kind? Why are they so calm? Why are they so patient with some of us foreigners who just don't know how to act and be respectful? Like, if I ever found out somebody was to ever go up into my mama's or grandmama's or somebody I'm related to store, or heck, even maybe close family friend or just friend in general, go up into their place of establishment where they work and earn their money and was to disrespect them like this, cuss at them, talk to them like this, I would literally beat them until their heart stopped and their chest was still pulsating. I would not stop. That beat down would be something legendary. It would be worse than anything out of anime or anything out of fiction, hell, non-fiction. This would have been one of the most epic beatdowns you've ever seen. You thought Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder's ass pretty bad? Oh no, it would have been way worse than that. This ass kicking would have been so bad they couldn't even show it on X. This has how bad I would have beat him. I'm telling you, the images could only be blurred out. They wouldn't show it anywhere. I wouldn't stop. I would not stop. I would straight Majin Buu this dude until his head was toothpaste. Like, seriously, I cannot stand these streamers, these pranksters, these buffoons that exist out here on the internet. I'm telling you, I would slap them until their heads were as soft as those noodles that he was eating. Because people like this, especially Johnny Salami, their value is less than that paper cup that he was eating out of. He has no value to this world. He has no value to anybody but himself.
It is a sickness.
Now, the guy who threw him down in this clip, this guy right here with the clean face, the guy who looks like one of the young Jet Lis, these guys, now that's kind of racist, but I didn't mean it to be that way. All I'm saying is he whooped him like Jet Li. Because apparently this man put hands on him. Now you can't show up here on YouTube because the violence rules and all that stuff. And I got an age restricted video coming out later because, oh my God, God forbid somebody showed somebody getting shoved. But anyway, can't show too much violence here. But he put them hands on Johnny. He already had enough wounds as is, and he was going ahead and putting it to him. And while he's over here talking to the cop in a language that I understand, I guarantee you he's talking that cash, saying I put them hands on this man, and that man wants to keep running his mouth. He gonna get more hands put on him in a way that he doesn't want to get touched again. I'm proud to take this charge, and I'm proud to go to jail because I had to put hands on this man. I couldn't wait any longer. I did this for the culture. I stood on business for real. We always talk about standing on business in the black community. This homie, he stood on business for real for the Koreans. Nigga! You remember that rat from DuckTales, the movie? The one that was clearly racist. The one that when you look back on it as an adult, you're like, oh my God, I see what they were doing here at Disney. But as a kid, you didn't see it. It was all decorated around it being around some genies and some magic and ice cream mountains and all that other shit that they had going on, and giant puddles of gold coins for, Scrooge McDuck. They tried to distract you from the racism was in that movie. But I do say that was wrong. But unfortunately, what I see when I see Johnny Salami is that rat. When I see that character now as an adult, I see Johnny Salami playing that guy in that movie because that's the sleazy slime ball this person is in reality. Now, would it still be racist? Absolutely. But the thing is, nobody would care because it is him. It's one of those things, when you get the context on the situation and they're like, who are they trying to depict with this character here exactly? They'll be like, oh, it's Johnny Salami. And people will be like, oh, that's okay. This man is more full of shit than a constipated pigeon. He has more excuses than a pregnant virgin. He literally will do or say whatever it takes to escape any level of accountability when it comes to his actions. This is only like the 9th or 10th country that he's been in over here talking about, oh my God, I didn't know what the rules and the laws and stuff were. I didn't know I was being offensive. I didn't know I was on camera, when I clearly have a cameraman walking around here with a stick out of my hand that's like 4 feet long. Like, nobody can see that you're sticking this shit in people's faces.
Okay, I'll say right now, I want to apologize to the Korean people. I was not aware of the significance of the statue. I was trying to get, it was just entertainment for my audience. We're from America. We really don't know much about the Comfort Woman or much about the statue where we're from. So when I saw this statue, I came upon it on my stream. At first, I really didn't even know what it was. I see that it really hurt you guys. And my intention in coming to Korea was not to cause this kind of shitstorm. My intention was to come here, do my live streams, make content, and be funny.
I mean, oh my God, there are so many horrible things. I'm glad that these Koreans put hands on them. I'm glad that they stood up and said, nah, son, I know the Japanese are extremely nice people and they ain't gonna confront you like that. Oh, but we will. Oh yeah, well, we will. We even got more for you than just hands.
야, 내려놔. 경찰 불러. 야.
And I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Now, if you're questioning whether or not this man actually was carrying a sword, he is.
I beg your pardon?
That was not a lie, and that was not AI. This man was going to go full-blown Rurouni Kenshin on this man and absolutely slice and dice this dude right out here in public. He was going to stand on business just like the other man. And just like Neon and Jack Doherty and some of these other loser streamers, these IRL streamers, everybody's rooting for the guy with the sword. Everybody's rooting for the car to explode. Everybody's always rooting for the absolute worst scenario. A fist to go through your skull and out the back of your head. I'm talking about people want to see the crazy shit when it comes to how terrible these people are. These are the absolute worst people in society. The fact that they come from America is a true black eye on this country, and we should just ban them from coming back. We should be like, no charter flights back. You are banned from this country. You can stay wherever you are and get arrested there and get butt plugged in whatever country, jail, prison you land in, because we don't want those problems. You don't need to come here and get piped down in prison. Stay over there. Stay over there and just take it. Take it worse than that. Go ahead and let them just chop you up and cut you up with them little knives and stuff that they have. Little katanas and everything else like that. You want to go over there and make all sorts of funny accents? No. Let them go ahead and handle you, sir. Let them go ahead and lock you away. I'm telling you, some of them prisons, you think they bad over here in America? Woo! Go to some place like Brazil or like Venezuela. Oh, God. You call that a prison? That is hell on earth. Now look, I know people say God doesn't make mistakes, and I'm right there with you. I believe it. I'm with you in that belief. But what I'm saying is, maybe, and just maybe, God was a tad bit distracted when he decided he was going to create Johnny Salami. I'm just saying, to create anyone who is detestable as this individual is to look at, you had to be off your game. Maybe he spent a little bit too long out the night before with the angels, out there kicking and having just a glorious time up there in heaven. And maybe when he decided he was getting back up to work the next day, he was just a little off. He was a little tired, a little fatigued, you know what I'm saying? Didn't get his 8 to 9 hours of rest that he was supposed to get. And thus you got this product. As a young adult, you can run up on a group of guys and one of their friends, for whatever reason, they just ain't it. Whatever it is about them, something about their energy, their vibe, all that like weak shit that I don't give a crap about, it's off. All that energy they're putting out there is trash. All their jokes, they don't land. There's always something that's slightly offensive about it that just doesn't land right. It's almost like they're trying to make fun of you to your face, even though they're just trying to claim to be funny. That doesn't land right. And then they're out at the parties and they have like a beer and a half, and all of a sudden they're acting all hammered, and then they're starting to touch the girls. Then they're the person that you gotta remove from the party because they're the person who's having the chicks walk away because they're like, hey, there's a weirdo here. That's Johnny Salami as well. He's that guy. Another person that, God dang it, you just don't want to be around. Again! And eventually this person runs out of luck. They run out of chances to hang out with that group of friends. They've been banned. They've been balled away from that group of friends and they are no longer in it. So what happens to that person? That person decides they're going to grow out or go out there and they're going to create their own group. They're going to get their own friends and they're going to go out and do their own thing. I can make it out here in this world all by my own. I can do my own thing. I can go out here and be creative. I'm cool. I'm smart. I'm funny. I know I am. And even though nobody's ever justified that at any point in time in their lives, they believe it somewhere deep in their heart. And I guess that's the sign of greatness somewhere. But for this person, that's just a sign of how shitty your life is going to be eventually. This is the results of that friend that got delisted from the group and decided to go out on their own. It's the results of Johnny Salami. Whatever you think of these results of a person to be, that's what happens to that friend in that friend group that's no longer there. Hey, what happened to William? You know, that guy who used to, like hang out with you guys and well, all of a sudden there was like 4 of you, now there's like 3 of you, and you kind of like replaced them with one of us. So like, what happened to that guy? This. Oh, I don't know, bro. I guess he's over. I think he's like live streaming and getting banned in other countries for being racist and shit. Oh, that's fitting. Now, just to add some context to this video and that apology clip I showed you earlier, basically what's going on in the background now is what led to that apology, but let's go ahead and listen in.
I stand with the Korean people. I love Korea. And everything that I did in Japan was for the Korean and the Chinese people. Let's go. Let's get out of here. They're gonna clip that. You don't know the significance of that statue. You don't know the significance of that statue. I do. Japan's trying to remove those all over the world. My God, you should have seen their faces, chat, when they saw this pop up on the screen. They said, oh.
They said, oh. Like, once word gets out and some of the goons find out exactly what you've been doing and what you've been up to, they're going to find your body lying out in the street in the morning like an old Western.
Yeah, they didn't like this at all. They did not like this. But yeah, they really did not like this photo. I'll show you guys one more time, but I'm going to keep it in my pocket.
You are right. They were not happy about this, as is shown on your face with all the welts and abrasions and all the scars that you have taking place, and the fact that you're starting to run in the streets, starting to shake and tremble a little bit in that voice. Every time you're out at night and all of a sudden you're starting to bark at those people that's walking around, you're starting to get a little bit scared, a little bit frightened, a little alarmed at the fact that you can't walk safely at night in that country. I don't even know if you know when your exit date is or if you're going to be allowed to leave the country. And I think that's something that you should be scared about. That's something you should be concerned about. And another thing that I haven't talked about in this video is the fact that you're facing all these charges that can land you up to 29 years up in prison. Now, is he actually going to probably face that? No, more than likely. He's probably just going to keep getting his ass kicked on the streets, which is probably good enough for most people. The fact that he can get a few more foots put in him is, you know, probably enough justification for the average person. Nobody really wants to see anybody really die, though I'm pretty sure somebody is out there rooting for it. Like, if the guy was to go out there and just get his head cut off like that dude was intending, I don't think too many people would have been mourning. I don't think there would have been a whole bunch of people upset this morning if Johnny Salami was found beheaded with his head on a pike somewhere. I mean, I'm just saying that is an ideal scenario for some sick people, but for the average person, we just want him to get his ass kicked. But he keeps effing around. He will find out the hardest way. In these other countries, they really don't play. Here in America, you get some foots put in you every now and then, depending on where you are. But in some of these other countries, depending on which street you're on, what district you're in, you're probably going to land up in a garbage can. Now listen, I have strayed away from talking about this individual on this channel because there have been some other YouTubers who have done an incredible job of covering this horrible saga called his life on the internet. His streaming career is a really sad experience. It's about as bad as Zach Wilson's football career. It's just one of those things that just never quite took off. I mean, in his takeoff now, all he is getting beat up and punched out in the streets. Oh! That's all it is. It's the crash out. Again! His career has only been crash out. There's never been anything else. There's never been any highs, just all lows. It's been all L's the entire time. And that is a pretty sad existence. Even here on this small ass channel here on YouTube, I've at least had what I would experience or call a couple victories. Some W's out there. I don't think I've really taken too many L's outside of the fact that I don't even know if I'm at 3K yet. But please like, share, and subscribe to this channel because I need the numbers, you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, at least up to this point. And if you have, you can just hit that button and really help this channel out. Help the video get pushed because, well, unlike Johnny, I'm trying to put out good content out there and I don't want to be a degenerate. I want to be somebody who can actually be looked at as somebody who's positive out there in society, something that everybody should be able to, revere. And hopefully people will keep coming back to Ran-DomU University for this good education that you got in today's video. Anyway, have a good day. Peace.